Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else too, if I was to stand any chance of deceiving the heavenly principles.
Deceiving the heavenly principles?
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro Archon Egeria for the uninitiated. It hardly gets more disastrous than a preordained national catastrophe, now does it? She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. And I was almost growing barnacles by the time I finally realized there was only one possible solution to this confounding conundrum. I had to outwit the heavenly principles, allow the prophecy to be fulfilled, ostensibly at least, while saving everyone at the same time. I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's why Egeria chose me as her successor. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon, and not to mention the original sin of creating a new race of humans, I dare say she left me quite a colossal mess to clean up. But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiars.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human by Egeria's hand?
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. And after becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being. The me you see before you now is that divinity, and the human counterpart I left behind, I named Farina. She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited, or as meek and vulnerable as she wished. Her strength, but in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be. Anyway, so then I cursed her. All part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly principles. Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? The Hydra Archon alone, weeping on her throne. In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Farina to be an actress, to play the part of the Hydro Archon in the prophecy. Under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she free to live her life in the pursuit of happiness. Instead, she was forced to take the stage in the opera house, to embrace the role of leading lady, to forever play the part of the god from the prophecy, all to create a deceitful appearance of that prophecy coming to pass. I suppose now you probably understand why your court is called the Opera Epiclese.
But Farina is only human, isn't she? Even though she has had a long life, Her mind is no stronger than that of any other ordinary human being. I cannot begin to fathom what she has had to endure. It must have been torture for her.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me in human form, I most definitely owe her an apology for it. It's been 500 years. And all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Let's ride!
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto the stage? Now, I understand your admiration for— All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. Oh, do not jest. Can you not feel it? I am Focalor. The eyes of countless Fontanians are upon me. I must— Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough. What gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards! Carving waves! Woohoo! Off we go.
Farina,
Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid. I am before you.
Wait a moment. You're mirror me? How can this be?
Mirror you, huh? You know what? That's not bad. Let's go with that.
Mirror me? What do you wish to say?
The prophecy. Have you heard of it?
What prophecy? Wait. I know. I don't know why, but it's in my head somehow. The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Oh, very good. You know it well.
What's going on? I can't seem to remember, but...
I will tell you how to save everyone, but you may have to suffer somewhat.
Oh, so there's still hope after all. Goodness, you frightened me. You spoke so much and with so much certainty. As for the suffering, well, I will admit that the first thing that came to mind was, why do I have to be the one to suffer? But if the prophecy will come true, I'll also die anyway, right? So if I've already met you as my magical meeting in this world, if there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side, and my pain on the other.
I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just lost its Hydro Archon. I need you to play a role, that of the new Archon.
Play as a god?
That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade. You must never let anyone suspect your identity. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy. But should your identity be revealed, then all hope will be lost.
But...
Don't worry. Being a human yourself, remember, your true challenge will not...
I'm still not sure So, how...
To accomplish this mission, you will have to stay on the stage for many, many years. You will endure, but I promise you, all will eventually end in a magnificent and dramatic trial. And
a trial, huh?
Keep.
The Maison
Like, bruh.
Cardinalite. What should I say? Ladies and gentlemen,
good evening and welcome to the opera.
Welcome to the opera Epiclese.
Epiclese.
I'm sure you've all heard about how I have
Appear
taken on the role
earnest.
of... In truth, I know little about becoming a nation's new god. as the god Fosalil, the god, once again, thank you all for coming. If you should have any questions or suggestions, please send them to the Maison Cardinalise. The future of Fontaine will require us to work together, after all. This should do it. I thought I might stammer, but thankfully, I was able to convey my thoughts just fine. Okay, and next.
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be a bit more assertive.
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest. What's the difference?
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might just be a Maison.
Wait, what's going on? Right. Calm down, Farina. Think. What do the people want? How would they imagine a god to speak and act? Assertive, with a strong sense of presence. That is the character I'm fated to play. Now, I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage and claim ownership of this opera house, would the children of Fontaine follow them? Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. Having passed my test,
Lady Farina, here are today's case.
Come now. Was I not just at the opera house in person? Besides, None of these...
If I may be so impertinent, what kind of...
A magnificent, dramatic, and wondrous trial. A trial to end all things. How c-
That's true, I fear I lack the ability to grasp your divine thought, Lady Archon.
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now.
Lady Farina, I don't know what to say. Thank you for agreeing to see me.
No need. All right.
He is doing much better now. Oh, you're such...
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports.
I see. It's as I thought then. As your god, I did already expect this, but I wanted to see how far your human wisdom would allow you to analyze it. All manner of... Really? Have they found anything?
I'm afraid that they haven't found any effective solution thus far.
Is that so? Well, no wonder. This issue has reached the realm of the gods, after all. Still, their spirit is praiseworthy. The day is finally over. I haven't had a moment to breathe this whole time. But it's good to see that everything's getting on track. There are no longer any voices of suspicion. Maybe this is fine. I just need to keep going, and everyone will be saved. Alright, Farina, don't think too hard about this. You need rest. Tomorrow's an...
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports for the latest cases, as well as a summary of the follow-up.
There'll be no need for that. I've Wow, I didn't even notice. This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god whose dominion is the waters, can I?
No wonder. No wonder. A manifestation of your power, then. Oh, Archon, I am honored to have witnessed it. Honored indeed.
So interminable. So lonely. Hundreds I never imagined that it would hurt so much. Have I reached my limit? No. Perhaps I reached it long ago. Today I didn't even notice my own tears. I want to tell someone, anyone, about this. But would that not destroy all I've done so far? I've conducted so many investigations across the centuries. But there's not even a sliver of hope that we might break the prophecy. All I can do is keep heart. I must maintain this act. It is the only way to save Fontaine. Please, mirror me. You have to succeed.
Farina, you don't have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, just share
a witness. And if to that... She's right. I could confide in her, couldn't I? But if things don't play out as expected, the people of Fontaine will be the ones to pay the price. No, Farina. You shouldn't be selfish. But what if it's really alright? Farina, you've worked so hard for so long. Surely it would be okay to put yourself first for once. Just this once. Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? To find someone in whom you can confide your frustrations and sorrows? Surely it could not hurt. If you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, it might never come by again. Think about it long and hard. No. You need to do, dear spectator, is to...
Fine.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth?
Yes, she did very well. If she had... It seems that trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works, but that is only half the truth, is it not? How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine? That is the most important thing.
Ah, good, good. Of course, the Iudex of Fontaine has pinpointed... I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine, yes?
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice. It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine all along. Am I right?
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes. Alas, your understand... In truth, it is no enactor of justice. It is, in fact, a device created to... Oh... my work over these last 500 years. But really, the vast majority had to be.
It was all...
Indeed. This power accrued over 5 centuries, but...
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina... The destruction of that divine throne.
Returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon. Oh, what? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragon Sovereign. And this is the face you make.
All you've done...
I've never quite seen... Hydro Dragon, don't cry. I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Were they not guilty of essentially the same crime? Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed. I, for my part, am... Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice... So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontainians as humans, in other words, existence defying the... At this point, Iudex Neuvillette.
So when I was in... At last, in the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mutual understanding between us. And I have even attempted to feel... You are a devious one, Focalors. Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Neuvillette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Judex Nuvelet, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the Primordial Sea from that creature. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice. The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine. Come with me, Traveler. Source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within, I shall share a part of it. We shall look for an opening together. I can feel the sorrow from your dust.
Clouds high. The birds call.
The all-devouring gnaw cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Present itself. Seize the moment.
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but... oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime. Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I thought. What a blunder. I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance.
That power.
It's just that he gave us the impression.
I simply did not have any, so you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. That kind of all in all. The point.
Well, so what sort of
Oh, right. His name is Sertologi.
I am
Huh. So Master is insufficiently famous. How
the foul.
Still nothing.
Ooh, that one we...
Oh. So you do... But I suppose you understand now.
Wait! Didn't you also
Actually, never... That they all devour... Such roiling hydro energies will... As such. In other words...
What?
Not to worry.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Hey! Help! Over here! All hands, initiate emergency rescue! Hurry!
Hey, lend a hand!
Look! The water's receding! It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong! The prophecy was wrong!
Are you right? We're saved.
The prophecy was wrong.
attacks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia, spokesperson of the Spina di Rusula, and we spoke about Poisson's present and future. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it. Skyship Winglet, lunar brain of the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute, with Jurier turning out to be a once-overlooked hidden gem. People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him and his team. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Jurier and Navia? They sound like real big shots.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With a disaster just having passed, we would print a free edition packed to the margins with good news to calm people down. The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further reports and go into the stories behind those people. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories could draw even your
Paimon's curious too! Wait a minute. Didn't we watch everything happen from start to finish? What's there to be curious?
And that's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct interviews with me. You're the best incubators of news, if you haven't noticed. And also, with you around... Oh, this time will be different. Come on! Let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress. There are some things you'll only know when you get there. Off we go.
one with wind and cloud!
Amazing!
You can only do so much on your own, but with a group, anything's possible.
these adventures. Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Ever tried chasing?
Wind Strider!
Carving waves! Surf's up! Woo! Off we go. Need a surfboard? Let's ride!
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it up!
Eat this! Nice and spicy.
Faster!
Catch an epic wave! Whoosh! The most important part of going out to have fun is, well, going out. So just show up and I'll handle the rest.
Benny's adventure team,
Ever tried chasing waves before? You wanna try? Well, come on, no time like the present. I'll help you find the closest beach.
Carving waves!
Navia!
Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here. Oh, the Fatui are here too!
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snežević. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies, and is helping with our work. Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people, but we're moving forward. That will have to be enough.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like that article you wrote last year about Fontaine's stray cats. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as the Spina.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clorinde?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right. She really came here to help me out.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision-makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor for Navia's sake?
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my...
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let her off that easy. All right, then everyone...
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview.
Wow, you really do have...
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meripede.
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess too. I asked Sijuin, who told Monsieur Nervillet, and he told you, right?
That's a very complete information chain.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when did the fortress become so friendly towards the media? I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Wriothesley will make a personal appearance.
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first.
Stay safe now. And tell me if you hear anything interesting. I'll treat you to afternoon tea in exchange.
The most important part of going out to have fun is... well, going out. So just show up and I'll handle it.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Of course.
It's an honor to finally...
No need to thank me.
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steambird?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier,
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it.
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful.
Now, I might not overlook it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed the boat that brought about a miracle. Still, if I might...
Ha! Looks like Charlotte.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Really?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or
Did you really have to use the... Well, then,
Is my hair messed up?
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to...
Ah, Siege.
Hey, Miss... sure.
Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been?
Same old, as you...
Other than that flying ship.
That's why I decided to...
You're too kind.
I see.
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually, what about you? Are things gonna change for you too?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will my duties. As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those...
Hey, everyone! The photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a...
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go.
There'll be a...
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. All right. Last stop, the docks. Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget is it?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things.
Trick a friend.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by, I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have...
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine social...
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to...
Yes, I was planning to first introduce...
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. So, Father says that... after Lady...
A diplomatic gift?
Yes, I was quite surprised. It could have been done. Furthermore... I would agree. I suspect you'll have...
But back to the...
They say that he's returned to Snezhna...
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of...
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the Traveler by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind. I would have done them regardless.
Are you going to take the Gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as Harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, switching my masks is... Well, that depends on many things. As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision?
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
Greetings, Miss Journalist. That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like. The sea breeze is quite pleasant.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all. This'll be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
To move things about?
That's right. I guess this must... All right, then.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see how Nevlette's doing? As long as he's not so busy.
Off we go.
I'm going in! Let's light it up! Teamwork is true!
You're toast! Let's ride! Surf's up!
Woo! Whoa! Carving waves! Need a surfboard?
The entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there! So, you really are here, Neverland! Kinda didn't think you were going to have free time.
Really? Oh, in any case, you came...
Alright, let's have... Whoa. So that's what happened? Fossilor destroyed... But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontanians from dissolving.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontanians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Fossilor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Fossilor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too!
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an... But whether it be... As for the judgment passed by... Whether it was due...
Guess Fossilor... hang on a sec. Back when Fontanians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontanians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Yeah! Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
In truth, those Oceanids...
Paimon...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, about...
Ah, Lady Farina. I related Fossil... She simply said that... Having said that, she...
but...
You need not worry. In truth, I am somewhat... But now that she knows...
What about you then?
After Fossilor passed on, this matter will directly affect our trial.
Looks like you're still...
As an elemental drag... As such, before I... Additionally, the high...
That's true. Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay?
As I am now.
Wow.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right.
Leaving aside their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis. The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict.
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case, but whether it be by... As for the judgment passed by... Whether it was due...
Guess Fossil or... hang on a second. Back when Fontaine...
Life has always...
Yeah, Lynette said the...
In truth, those Ocean...
Paimon...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right! They say you...
Leaving aside their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, the Oratrice has seen... As such, it is lost. If the Fatui have impure design...
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know. As far as I'm aware...
A nation of dragons?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself well. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form. Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like an undying... There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiation. The harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the... I suggest that you fully prepare yourself. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on a sec. When we spoke to Linny, we guessed that there might be some reason for it that...
No wonder the House of the Heart. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share some... In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what...
What next?
The I can finally... It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before.
I do not know.
You should have the...
Remains? Well, that much is... But I fear I have...
I've been training. It is only natural for the... Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies...
What do you mean by that?
No need...
This third descender you refer to, who are they?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on.
Next time, you believe...
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger, then.
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful...
The remains of the... So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess pieces.
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special...
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the...
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at... I guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept. But I did not. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance elemental ability. I wonder.
Like being able to use... No, let's not think about this. Comparing the Traveler to the dead third Descender and all. That's what you say, but this topic's... Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking.
Alright. Whatever.
Yes.
But...
I suppose that would be the mystery. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if life flows... And what... Oh...
Perfect. The only ones for the job? Huh.
All it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Huh? Then why did you...
I came across this commission. It seems simple, but with the reputation of the adventurous...
Well, that's us for sure.
If it proves to be beyond your...
Okay, so...
This commission was jointly issued, but the problem is...
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name. If so many adventurers have failed to complete this commission, maybe this
Unlikely. Several villagers came by to issue the commission, and judging by their appearance and tone of voice, they... Besides, putting up a commission requires a processing fee. There aren't many upsides to a prank that costs Mora to carry out. In any case, it would probably be best to go to Vimara.
Alright then, let's go! I'm on... Carving waves!
Need a surfboard?
Add Astro. Thank you for complete. Add Astro. Add Astro.
Nice and spicy.
Wind strike. Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
Let's ride.
Off we go.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back!
Get them! Eat this!
As one with wind and cloud!
Carving waves!
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
We made it to Vamara Village! Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy?
Hello there. You...
Oh, no, we're...
Ah, so you're here about... To be honest, we aren't holding. We've pretty much had it up to here in questions, and the area around the village has practically been overturned in search of clues. But no one has been able to make any headway.
So, this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did he live? Does he have any relatives?
I don't know. I really have no clue. I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Guess you are really sick of answering.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound short. I know it may seem like we just don't know. At least that's what...
All right.
Young guy. In his early 20s, probably. I chat with...
Now that you've started talking about him...
But of course, there aren't many...
Could he have just...
No.
Huh. If this commission is really as challenging as Catherine made it out to be, we're gonna need to carry out a very detailed investigation.
Off we go.
It's that guests I hear.
Hi, Grandpa Amadea. We're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake. That's so very kind of you. With your help, I trust that young man's case is...
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Of course. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about... I don't think he would often and whenever as the village...
Wow. He seems like such a nut, but, it's okay. Well, Traveler, what do you think? I don't think so, and nobody has been able to tell us any... Wait. Okay.
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right?
Yep, sure are.
I'm so glad. My name is Atosa, by the way.
Yeah, no need...
There's no rush. I'll have another talk with him.
Need to surf carving waves. Let's ride. Off we go. I told you today's our lucky day. Nice and spicy. Carving waves. Amazing.
Wind strike!
Carving wave! Let's shred, Sharky!
Let's light it up!
Off we go. Off we go. Need a surfboard?
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Yep. We used to... I was actually adopted by the people of Bamar Village. The forest rangers found me in the woods as a child. I was surrounded by...
Hello?
Everyone has their own problems to... Really? Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing, no matter what, he was so... Ever since he disappeared. No, none of those things.
Wow. Did he ever tell you?
Oh, right. I didn't know whether... Look at me. The last time... come to think of it, time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like...
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Hey, look at those you bitch. Uh-oh, we've been spotted! Quick!
Teamwork!
The wind knows me.
Woohoo! Amazing!
Let's light it up!
Let's ride! Woohoo!
Everybody stand back! Huh?
You're toast! I'm the frying pan!
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call.
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up. If you hadn't been here, I'm not sure what I would have done.
It was no trouble.
Now they seem
Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Vimara Village just... Wait a second. The person... It's Dainslev!
Ah, it's you two.
Oh, a friend of yours? Well, I'll leave you.
Yep, see you later! Why do you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or something?
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both...
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order.
Naturally. The Abyss Order...
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly trail activity in the area?
As things stand...
Still, the hilly trail activity is causing a lot of...
The best way to protect them is by... And you shall have... Don't worry. Ah. So that was the commission that brought you here to Vimara Village. Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilichurl activity, and that is certainly not much to go off of.
Right!
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you? I sense hesitation in your words. After all, you still haven't figured out the whole truth of what happened. There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. The sinner you wish to know about, his name, I'm loath to...
Your brother?
There were 5 the wise, Roptatir. The visionary, no matter how eroded my memory may become.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Right? And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother,
They were once people of great esteem, 6 of us. Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the Abyss, and divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy. And for that, they shall never have my forgiveness. Indeed. If they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world. Of course. As I said, I never intended to hide anything from you.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osial and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward. There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then, what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
The ley lines?
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes? I believe that was due to the fact that the ley lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is usually followed by a series of issues with the ley lines.
Wait, then our commission here in Vimara Village, the person who seems to exist only in people's memories, could it be connected?
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow. This missing persons case could very well turn out to be the key to unraveling these mysteries.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try... So tired. Paimon used way too much brain juice yesterday. It's all Dane's fault saying all that complicated stuff. a lot to do today.